All righty. Last week, we had a special visit from Councilwoman Jessica Piper. Councilwoman Jessica Piper, let's share out some things that you learned. Hand emoji. What are some things that you learn or you remember from our conversation with Miss Jessica Piper? Aiden G.
That she helped the community by doing bills and paying for people who need money.
Yeah, so she worked with the council to determine where to put funds and tax money and things like that for people who need it in the community. Great. What else? What did we learn? What do you remember from Miss Councilwoman Jessica Piper? Oh my goodness. Well then, let's go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and review. I'm going to ask you to go to your seesaw and take a look at what you wrote. So open up your seesaw. In your activities, you're going to scroll down until you get to Councilwoman Jessica Piper's assignment right here. And I'm going to send this back to Justin and Leah because we're going to edit this. So you're going to keep it as a draft. There you go. You've got it back. Go ahead and open up your response and click on that edit post. We're going to edit today and continue to fix this writing. And I'd like for you to take a look back at your paragraph that you wrote on slide 3 and tell me something that you learned. Take a look at your paragraph on slide 3, please, and refresh for a moment because I'm getting ready to call on you randomly to share with me something you learned. So take a look at your paragraph on slide 3. Now that you have reviewed, what is something that you remember or learned from Miss Councilwoman Jessica Piper? Levin.
What did you say you wanted to do? You were talking about.
You're sharing what you learned from Councilwoman Jessica Piper.
Okay.
So what's one thing you learned or you remember? Josh, what's one thing that you learned or you remember about government with Councilwoman Jessica Piper?
Government keeps us safe.
Yeah, the government keeps us safe. So that's one of her purposes in her job is to help people, keep people safe. Great. Steve Rogers, what's one thing that you remember or learned from Councilwoman Jessica Piper?
I remember that she was a council member.
What does that mean?
It means she works for the mayor.
Yeah, she does. She works with the mayor. So local leaders, she works alongside of them to get their assignments done. Very good. What more? Christopher, what's something you remember or learned about Councilwoman Jessica Piper?
They help people like work together. Like
They
if there was a place like that had something to fix because it was broken, then she can tell some people to fix it.
Yes, she does. So she works on fixing things around the community and helping people work together to get that done. So whether that broken thing is a sidewalk or a pothole inside of a road, or maybe it's a stop sign that's not working, or maybe a glass window that got broken for a shop, she's going to work together to help people work together to get that solved. Great. Terrence and then Aiden G.
What are them things called? Like the things that start with a C?
Council?
Huh?
Council?
No. The people that vote like that are actually in the Senate.
So there are congressmen and congresswomen, and then people who vote for people are constituents.
Yeah, them too. She's one of them.
She is, yeah. So she shared how she also votes and she also helps to contribute to elections. And she wanted people to vote for her too. Aiden G.
I put it in the chat.
Okay. That she, yes, helps provide the goods and services that the government gives to that community. Yes, she works together with her council to get the funds to pay for those items and make sure that they're available to the people. Awesome. Okay. Today, we are going to continue on with day 2 of our writing. And we're going to look today specifically at how do we use a rubric, okay? So on Friday, you wrote a paragraph about government, and you were given a rubric on slide 2 telling you what should be in your paragraph. Today, we're going to look specifically at how to use this rubric to grade your own writing, okay? So here is an example of how I use this rubric to grade my paragraph. Okay, please listen and follow along. This is what you are going to be doing today.
This is an example of how to grade yourself and make corrections according to a rubric. This is the paragraph that I wrote on Friday following Councilperson Piper's visit to us. My paragraph says, "The government has many purposes, but the 2 main purposes are to help citizens work together and keep people safe. One way the government does this is people participate in government by protesting to speak up for what they think is right. Citizens can also vote because the government can be very helpful to the people it serves." There were a few things in there that didn't make sense. Did you catch them? That's why it's important to go back and check your work. Let's look at the rubric on slide 2 from Friday's work. I'm going to color code these items. First, we're going to take a look at these top items, which are about the content of our paragraph or what the information is teaching. First things first, I have been asked to explain the purpose of government. I'm going to go highlight in my paragraph where I did that. In my opening sentence, I say, "The government has many purposes, but the 2 main purposes are to help citizens work together and to keep people safe." So, yes, I did explain the purpose of the government. Next, I have been asked to list at least 2 goods and services provided by the government. Oh, shoot, I don't think I did that. Let's see. One way the government does this is, I forgot right here to add those goods and services. So I'm going to continue to type. One way the government does this is by making traffic laws to keep drivers safe. There. Now I have given a good and service being the laws that are made to keep drivers safe.
So I want you to notice that I added more. I looked at that rubric on slide 2. Oh, I didn't do that. And I added more. It's not, oh, I didn't do that. Oh, well. You're going to actively be adding and fixing this document, but not done.
Let's go back to our rubric. List at least 2 goods and services. Oh, shoot. I only listed 1.
That means if I kept only 1 there, I would be getting 2 out of the 4 points for this. So for that section, I would get a 50% F because I've been asked to do 2 and I only did 1 of the work. Okay, so we've got to go add more.
If I want a better grade, I need to create another inside of my paragraph. So I'm going to go add more. Let's see. Making those laws for me is a service. Let's think about a good that is provided. The government also provides funds for public parks and libraries for people to use. There we go. Now I have two goods and services. The service of creating the laws so that we know how to stay safe, and the goods of public parks and libraries for people to use. Let's take a look at another item we've been asked to identify. Explain a reason people participate in the government. This is either a yes or a no. Let's go see if I said why people participate in government. People participate in government, yes. People participate in government by protesting to speak up for what they think is right. Citizens can also vote because because I didn't say why. Citizens can also vote because, let's add that in there. I forgot to finish my idea. Because they want to help put the person in charge that they most believe in. So now I've identified reasons that people participate in government. They can participate in government by protesting for change and by voting to elect the people that they would like to be in charge. So now I can say, yes, I explained a reason that people participate in government.
All right. So this is what you are getting ready to do. You are getting ready to go into a breakout room by yourself and read. Did you explain the purpose of government? Did you list two goods and services? And did you explain a reason people participate in government? So you had 3 jobs in your paragraph. You're getting ready to go read your own paragraph that you wrote on slide 3 independently. If you did not explain the purpose of government, if you did not list two goods and services, or if you did not explain a reason people participate in government, you're going to fix that. Then you're going to go into breakout rooms with each other and grade each other's paragraphs as well. Okay? What questions can I answer about what you're getting ready to do? Terrence.
So we're gonna go into our own breakout room and look and highlight our stuff that is good to the rubric.
Yep, so you're going to look and make sure that you explained the purpose of government. You're going to make sure that you listed two goods and services. You're going to make sure that you tell why people participate in government. Okay? All right, I'm going to send you into your breakout room to independently read. Let's see here. I'm a teacher, and this took me 5 minutes down here, 4 minutes, 55 seconds. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time to read your paragraph and to make sure you did those 3 things. If you didn't finish your paragraph on Friday, you have the next few minutes to do that. Okay? So take some time in that breakout room to get your paragraph finished or started as well. All right? Okay, here you go. So you're going to go with your partner and you're going to say, show me where you explained the purpose of government. And your partner is going to share their screen and they're going to say, I did that right here. And you're going to see, yes, you did, or say, ooh, that doesn't make sense to me. Okay? Then you and your partner are going to look at each other's work and you're going to say, show me your 2 goods and services. And you're going to share your screen with your partner and you're going to say, one of them is right here and my other one is right here. And your partner is going to read your work and see if that makes sense or not. Okay? You're going to do the same thing with the last one. You and your partner are going to show each other screens and say, where did you tell why people participate in government? You're going to show your partner your screen. You're going to say, look, I did it right here. People participate in government, and read it to them. Okay, so you're going to look at your partner's work and you're going to tell your partner if they did their work or not. Okay, great question from Josh. Are we doing this on slide 5 or slide 3? Slide 5 is my paragraph as an example. That's not your work. Your work is on slide 3. So you're sharing slide 3 that looks like this, the paragraph that you typed on Friday, or that you should have typed on Friday. So the one that says cups, that's where your work is. Okay, great question. What other questions can I answer about what you are getting ready to go do with your partner? How you are going to grade their work? Terrence.
Do we press the check when our partner checks it?
No, you do not, because we're going to look at our capitalization, our punctuation, and our sentences next. So
Okay.
you're not turning anything in yet, okay? All right, kiddos, getting ready to send you into those breakout rooms. Okay, with your partner, you should have been giving each other feedback on, did you do these 3 items, yes or no? If your answer was no, or if you only did some of them, you need to fix that before you turn your work in today, okay? Not fixing it is saying, I know that this is not correct and I'm going to turn it in anyway, and I do not accept that, okay? I accept students' personal best. All right, last part that you are getting ready to grade is going to be your conventions and grammar. So looking at your punctuation, your capitalization, does your sentence make sense, and the like, okay? Here is the final thing that you are getting ready to do.
Now that we've graded ourselves according to the content, it's time for us to take a look at a new section. This section is going to look at our conventions, or the way that we use language. The first thing that I need to review for is, do all sentences make sense? This is either a yes, some of them do, or a no. We're going to go read to see if my sentences make sense. If they don't, I'll need to change them. The government has many purposes, but the 2 main purposes are to help citizens work together and keep people safe. That makes sense. One way the government does this is by making traffic laws to keep drivers safe. The government also provides funds for public parks and libraries for people to use. Awesome. People participate in government by protesting to speak up for what they think is right. Citizens can also vote because they want to help put the person in charge that they most believe in. The government can be very helpful to the people it serves. Awesome, that all made sense. So I can say yes, all of my sentences made sense. Now I'm going to look at our next item, which states, all sentences and proper nouns begin with a capital letter. Now I can skim read. Look here. The first letter in my paragraph is not capitalized. Let me change that. Erase and capital T. There we go. So capital T, there's no proper nouns like names of people or places here. And look, there's a period. And guess what? My next letter is not capitalized. So, new sentence, new capital letter. Okay, I don't see any proper nouns. Oh, look, that one I did. There's a period, there's a capital letter. There's a period, there's a capital letter. Yes. Oh, look, I have a capital letter right here. Okay, but this is a comma. I might need to fix that later. Oh no, a period here and no capital letter. So let's change that. All right, I can say yes. All of my sentences begin with a capital letter. I don't have any mistakes here. 0 to 1 mistakes. Now,
So notice I've read my sentences twice now. I read each sentence and decided if it made sense. Then I read each sentence to see if it had a capital letter. I'm going to read each sentence again for this final one.
Let's take a look at our next one. All sentences have proper punctuation. Punctuation. This is going to be 0 to 1 mistakes, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, or more than 4. Let's go make sure we don't have any mistakes. I see at the end of this idea, there's a period. One way the government does this is by making traffic laws to keep drivers safe. Period. Yes. The government also provides funds for public parks and libraries for people to use. Hey, there's a period. People participate in government by protesting to speak up for what they think is right. Oof, I put a comma. Commas don't belong at the end of sentences. Periods do. So I will erase and add a period instead. Citizens can also vote because they want to help put the person in charge that they most believe in, with a period. And the government can be very helpful to the people it serves. My whole paragraph at the end, I almost didn't put a period on my very last sentence. But you know what? I think it's actually important that the government can be helpful, so I'm going to place an exclamation mark. Now I can say that yes, all of my sentences end with proper punctuation. There were a couple of other mistakes in here that maybe you caught on as not making sense because of the way a word was spelled. Did you find any of those? Feel free to correct those in your own writing when you find them as well.
All right. You are getting ready to go back into your breakout rooms, and you and your partner are going to look at each other's work and see, do your sentences make sense? Did you start with a capital letter? And is there punctuation? Okay, 3 things for you to grade with your partner. It's okay that we're running a little bit over time, because if you and your partner have done what you're supposed to, you won't have much more to do during independent work time on this assignment. Okay, if you didn't write your paragraph on Friday, then you probably have a lot to do today. All right, so you are grading your partner's work for, does it make sense? Did they put a capital letter at the beginning of their sentence? And did they put punctuation at the end of their sentence? All righty, here comes your breakout. So you have now had a peer edit your work and look over your responses, okay? When you turn this in today, on slide 3, this is where your 4 to 6 sentences will be, okay? I also would like for you to grade yourself on the rubric. Now that you and your partner have worked on fixing your work, tell me what you did, okay? So when this is turned in today, this is being turned in your most perfect work that you can do with all of your fixes and everything that you made better. And I will be grading this for a writing grade, okay? So this is exactly how I will be grading it. So you have the power to control your grade right now. You know exactly how you're going to be graded, okay? So that is what you're going to do for independent work time today.